Job chapter number 8. I would like to read from King James. I would like to read from NLT. And then I would like to read from Message translation, just verse 11 of that James chapter 8. But NLT is going to be for all. Are we together? So I'm going to read from verse 1 so that we can understand what I want to talk about contextually. I would have started from verse 7. Alright? I would have started from verse 7, but let me just start from verse 1. Are we together? Now the Bible said, Then answered Bildad the Shuhite and said, How long wilt thou speak these things? And how long shall the words of thy mouth be like a strong wind? He was talking to Job now, his friend. Am I communicating? Doth God pervert judgment, or doth the Almighty pervert justice? If thy children, watch this. He said, if thy children have sinned against him, and he hath cast them away for their transgression, if thou wouldest seek unto God betimes, and make thy supplication to the Almighty, if thou wert pure and upright, surely now he would awake for thee, and make the inhabitation of thy righteousness prosperous. Am I communicating here now? Now, this was Bildad who was talking to Job. Alright? He was talking to Job about the death of his children. About the thing that befell Job. And then he said, if your children were pure, God wouldn't have released judgment upon them. Are you getting what I'm saying? He was saying, okay, if your children were actually righteous, God wouldn't have allowed them to die. If I thought you yourself, Job, you were righteous, God wouldn't have done this thing to you. In fact, he would have even come to you quickly. He would have responded to your cry quickly. He was insinuating that Job was not living righteous. Are you with me? He was insinuating that Job was not living righteously unto the Lord. He was also insinuating that the children of Job were acting unrighteously, and that was why God passed judgment upon them. Listen to me, sense of God. When something happens to you, you will discover that people will start saying rubbish concerning your life. Am I communicating now? You will discover that people will start saying so many things concerning. They will say after, yes, we know that you have been unrighteous, and that was why God allowed this thing to happen to you. They will say yes, because you have committed one sin or the other, and now that is the reason why God has allowed these predicaments to befall you. Listen, without even understanding the reason why what has befallen you has befallen you. Am I communicating here? Now, Bildad never understood that what happened was actually, how will I put it now, was a conversation between God and Satan. And God said, okay, because you have seen that this man is righteous, now I am going to let you begin. Remember what Satan said unto God. He said, this man is worshiping you because he knows that you have blessed him. He said, take away all his substances and he will curse you to your face. This was exactly what Bildad did not understand. Listen, there are so many people who will not understand some things that has happened in the realm of the spirit. They are just looking at the physical aspect of your life, and then they are judging you. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So Bildad did not understand that there was something that happened in the realm of the spirit. He was just looking at the physical aspect of it. Because he knew very well that the Bible said in chapter 1 of Job that every early in the morning, Job will always make sacrifices unto the Lord on behalf of his children. Am I communicating? On behalf of his children. Saying, who knows by adventure they have sinned against God. So let me make sacrifices in atonement of their sin. And of course, because they were friends, Bildad and other ones, the two of them, they were friends with Job. So Job will always tell them everything he does. So on that matter, on that reason, now this man now started talking to Job. He said, if at all your children were righteous, if at all they were good unto the Lord, if at all they behaved themselves, even you, Job, if at all you were righteous, he said God wouldn't have actually passed this judgment. Is God unrighteous? That was what he was saying. Which means you must have done something. Your children must have done something. Not knowing that it was actually a spiritual matter. Now let me say this. Let me say this to you. Whenever someone begins to speak about your life, about your condition, from a human understanding, please close your mouth. When you understand already what is going on, please do what? Close your mouth. You know that what is happening to you is not a physical thing. You know very well that you did not commit sin unto the Lord, and what is happening to you is happening to you. They will say, yes, you have committed sin, and that is why God is punishing you. It's a lie. You did not commit sin. So long as you know that you have not committed any sin against God, and God is not punishing you for any of your sins, do what? Close your mouth. Are you still here with me? Because people will say so many things about you. They will even lay allegations on you. They will even say things that you never thought of that you would do in life. They will say it. You've never thought about it. You've never in your life thought about doing those things. They will say that you did it. So when you understand what is going on, do what? Close your mouth. So that was exactly what Bildad was doing here. Speaking about Job and his situation. Saying that the Lord had actually allowed this thing to happen to them because of their unrighteousness. Well, it is not true. However, we understood that in the midst of his statements, in the midst of everything Bildad said to Job, there were wisdom. There were things we actually learn or can learn from the things which he has said. Are you together with me? Out of everything Bildad said to Job, there are things we can actually learn. Yes, he may have misjudged the situation of Job, but there were things he said that we can actually learn. And that is exactly what I want to point out now. Are we together? So we are now looking at verse 7. Now verse 7. The Bible said, though thy beginning was small. Did you see that? Though thy beginning was small, yet thy latter end should. That should is not, listen, Bible did not say shall. That is why I love King James. Though thy latter end, thy beginning rather is what? Is small. Thy latter end should is expected that your latter end should be greater than your beginning. Oh, are you here with me? It is expected that your future should be greater than your present. Your future should be greater than your past. Though your beginning is little, are you following me? Though your beginning is little, your latter end should do what? Greatly, not just increase. Should greatly increase. Should. Is expected. Now verse 8. He said, For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age. Did you see that? Inquire of the former age. The ancient times, the ancient generation, the generations past. Inquire of them and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. Verse 9. For we are but of yesterday, and now nothing, because our days upon earth are a shadow. Verse 10. Shall not they teach thee and tell thee and other words of their hearts? Verse 11, where I'm going to stop. He said, can the rush grow up without men? Can the flag grow without water? Is it possible? Now this is a wisdom that we are deriving from every other thing that Bildad said unto Job. Are you together with me now? He said, though your beginning is little, your latter days should greatly what? Increase. Okay, now before I move further, please can we read from NLT quickly from verse 7? Thank you. Yes, please.
Can papyrus reeds grow where?
From verse 7.
7.
Yes.
NLT.
Yes, please.
And though you started with little.
Now look at this. He said, though you started with little,
you will end with much.
He said, you will end what? Now, if I am going by what King James said, should, it means that though you started with little, you should end with much. You are expected to end with much. Are you getting what I'm saying? So that is clear. Oh yeah, let's go.
Just ask the former generation.
I love this. He said, just ask the former generations.
Pay attention to the experience of our ancestors.
Pay attention to the experience of our ancestors. Pause. He said, ask the former generation. Pay attention to the experience. Listen, I said here before that you can never move further in life without understanding the things that those in the former ages past had done. Are you following me here? It is through the experience of the ages past that you can actually know how to navigate through life. So he said, one, do what?
Just ask the former generation.
Ask the former generation.
Pay attention to the experience of our ancestors.
Pay attention to the experience of our ancestors. Because it is through their experience you will learn. Go ahead.
For we were born but yesterday.
We were born but yesterday, so we don't know anything yet. Did you see that? You just arrived. Pay attention to the experience, man. If I am starting business just now, you that have been in business, I should come and ask you how is it? Is that not true? I should come to you because I should learn from your experience. Now you will tell me of your mistakes. You will tell me of the things which you did that did not work out for you. You will tell me of the things which you allowed that you shouldn't have allowed. You will tell me so many things. It is not by your experience that I will now do what? Do my own business. In as much as I will have my own intelligence about business. So I am mixing my own intelligence with your what? Your experience in the past. So you now discover that I will do even better than yourself. So I shouldn't move by my intelligence alone. I should also move by your own experience. So your experience plus my intelligence equal to what? Better success. Please go ahead. Now verse 9.
For we were born but yesterday and know so little.
And we know so little. So little. Go ahead.
Our days on earth are as transient as a shadow.
Yes.
But those who came before us will teach you.
Those who came before us. Hi. I wish you understand this. Those who came before us will do what? Will teach you. You see, the problem we are having is that we don't go to those who came before us. We tend to discard them. We think they don't know anything. The problem of many youths today is that they think that they are wiser than our fathers. Oh, do you understand what I'm saying? That is the problem we are having with so many youths today. They think that they are wiser than our fathers. So they tend to say, you don't know what you are doing, we know what we are doing. But here is Bildad saying, we just arrived, we know but a little. The experience of those people in the time past can actually teach us better about our today. Are you still with me? Now can you read that verse 11? That verse 11, can you read it from Message translation so that we can understand that English very well?
Can mighty pine trees grow tall without soil?
Can mighty pine trees, mighty, please pay attention, mighty pine trees grow without what? Soil. Number 2.
Can luscious tomatoes flourish without water?
Can luscious tomatoes flourish without water? Which means there are 2 conditions to a plant. The first condition is what? Soil. The second condition is what? Water. Can I teach?
Teach, sir.
Can I teach?
Yes, sir.
Listen. Remember that Bildad said, though your beginning is small, right? He said your latter days should greatly do what? Increase. Which means we are expecting that as you progress, you should be having success. Is that true? Anyone that is doing anything in life expects success. Is that true? Now, listen. Let me say this to every one of us. Nothing big just appeared like that. Nothing big just appeared like that. Nothing big just appears like that. Now, I said appeared and I said appeared. I said what? Appeared and appears. Is that true? Now, nothing big just appeared like that. And nothing big appears like that. What I mean is that there is nothing big you are seeing today that just appeared like that. You are seeing a mighty building, beautiful edifice. They did not just bring it and keep it there. There was a time that building was actually in like a foundation. Hi. Are you understanding what I'm saying? There was a time that mighty building you were seeing was just in a plan, in a paper. That you could, if they give you the paper and say, okay, this is the building, you will not even know the bedroom and the sitting room. Is that not true? They call it landscape, right? If I'm not mistaken now, they just draw something and show you the foundation side of it, the patterns and all the rest of them. If they give you the book and say, okay, now just show us, you will not, because it was just where in a book. So life begins from a plan. Life begins from what? A plan. That is why the Bible said, write the vision down and make it plain. Write it down first. Make it plain. So that he that readeth. How can those who build the thing you want them to build for you without you bringing out a plan for it? Oh, I wish you understand what I'm saying this night. They cannot give you what you want except you have drawn it already. That he that readeth. So you draw it. You give them a plan. You give them a sample of what you need. And so they are building, they are looking into the book. And they are doing it for you. Is that true? So at the end of the day, you are having a beautiful edifice. And somebody says, wow, look at this house. Man, the house did not just appear. The house started from plan to digging of foundation to laying of blocks and then casting of pillars or something, and then those kind of a thing, and to the plastering and to the zinking and to the roofing and all the rest of them. Is that true now? And then at the end of the day, they did the painting, they did the interior and the exteriors, and then you are coming to the house and you are wowed. What a beautiful house. Man, it did not just appear like that. And beautiful things does not just appear like that. So there should be a starting point. Don't expect that you will just come out and then start seeing results. You see in this, am I teaching you? Yes, you see in this life, don't just expect that you will just come into something and all of a sudden you are seeing results. No, man. No, sir. It is called growth. Listen, we will not shout at you that you started small, but we will shout at you that your small is not increasing. Because everything that is being planted should grow. Are we together here? I wish I'm talking to people. Everything that is being planted should do what? Should grow. That was why Bildad said should. That your later days should, clearly should, is expected. So when you are not growing, which means there is something wrong somewhere. Are we together? There is something wrong. So we are expecting you to grow. We are not expecting you to just appear. Man, if you just appear like that, we will suspect you. Because everything in life has process. Has what? Process. Even Jesus himself, who came to this earth to die for the both of us, man, came as a baby. He started from the womb. It means that there is no child that will be here on earth without experiencing the womb. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So there is a womb experience. This is another mystery. There is a womb experience. There is a birthing experience, coming out experience. And then there is a growth experience. And then note that when you are growing, you don't just grow huge. My father in the Lord said something that busted my bubbles. He said the first man that came to this earth just appeared. And that was why he fell. The second Adam that came to this earth did not just appear. He grew. Adam just appeared. Jesus grew. The Bible said, Luke chapter number 2, and the child grew. And so this was exactly what Bildad was trying to explain. Should greatly increase. So what we are saying is that we are expecting you to do what? To grow. Start from somewhere, but grow. So now, like as I was saying, as a child, the child is bettered. The first thing the child begins to learn is to do what? To sit. Is that not true? The child begins to learn how to sit. So you are putting foams, you are putting pillows for the child to sit. Once the child learns to sit, what is the next thing the child begins to learn? To crawl. The child begins to crawl. And then you are like, oh, thank God this child is crawling. And then the next thing you are expecting the child to do is to do what? To stand. So the child is standing, holding something, standing. So after standing, what next? You are expecting the child to do what? To walk. And then in the midst of the walking, the child should start what? Running. Is that not true? That is growth. Growth is not just in height. Growth is also in act. Growth is not just in height, man. That is why there are so many 40 years old people that are still children. Are you with me? We have 40 years old, we have 50 years old, but yet they are what? Because they have refused to grow. Where they are growing is just in height. Every other year they are shouting happy birthday to them, but man, they are not growing. So we don't just grow in height, we grow in act. Paul said something, he said, when I was a child. So there was a time he was a child. So when I was a child, the first thing he did was that he thought like a child. How do you know that a person is a child? Via his thinking. I think I'm digressing a little. Via his thinking. If a person is not thinking aright, the person is still a child. You know a mature person by the way the person thinks. It is your thinking that determines your acting. Are you with me? Yes, it is your thinking that determines what? Your act. The way you think determines the way you act. So if you think like a child, you act like a child. Am I teaching you something here? Yes, so He said that your latter days should greatly what? Increase. I am saying all these things so that I will come to verse 11. I'm using verse 7 so that I can come to verse 11. Are we together? And so he now made us understand that for us to grow, not as plants now in human form, for us to grow, we need one thing. We need to visit the ancient wisdom. Do you understand it? We need to do what? Visit the ancient wisdom, because there is no growth without the wisdom of those who have been there. Are you getting it? That was why he began to say that we should inquire of those who have been there, and then we should go and request for the wisdom of our ancestors. So if we must have to grow, we must have to go and look for those who have been there, who have done that thing. That is why we read books. We don't read books because we want to catch fun. No, we read books because we want to learn from those who have been there. So they are writing by the reason of what they have experienced. Paul said in the book of Romans chapter number 15, Paul said something. He said, those things which are written aforetime were written for our learning. Those things which were written, these things were reading from the Bible now. They were written for our what? Our learning. Romans chapter number 15 and verse 4. They were written for our learning. So the first way to grow is to visit the ancient wisdom. And then in verse 11, he said, how can you then want to grow without being planted in a soil, and number 2, being watered? Did you get that? Which means there is no one that will grow in life without a foundation. Are you with me? There is no one that will grow in life, man, without what? Your foundation is your starting point. Your foundation is your starting point. Now, when I began to ask questions about this soil of a thing, God said to me, have you forgotten that soil has everything to do to a plant? One of the things soil does for a plant is that the soil holds the roots of a plant. And by the virtue of holding the root of a plant, the plant stands firm against any wind that comes. If you don't have a foundation, when breeze comes, when the wind comes, you will be put down. I don't know if I'm saying something.
Yes, sir.
When the wind comes, if you don't have a foundation, the wind will carry you down. So one thing the soil does for a plant is to do what? To hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. That is why anyone you see that doesn't have foundation will always fall. The question is, do we have foundation? Do we have a starting point? Do we have a foundation? Do we have a starting point? Let me tell you another thing the soil does for a plant. Sir, do you know that the soil can actually give nutrients to the plant? Agriculturists, am I correct? Am I correct? Water takes nutrients from the soil and transports it to the stem. Is that true? So let's assume that this is a tree. Where is the roots? In the soil. Where does water flow? In the ground, the soil. Is that true? So now, from the soil to the stem, it cannot go. It needs water. So water traps the whole nutrients from the soil and then takes it into the tree. The only thing that can penetrate into the stem is the water, not the soil. Is that true? So the water takes. So there are so many nutrients in the soil that water transports from the soil to the plant. And then, let me just stay here. I want to be faster, but let me just stay here before I come to the water aspect. It means, man, that your foundation can actually give you nutrients. Your foundation does not just keep you stable or strong against wind. Your foundation can also give you what? Your foundation can also refresh you. Your foundation can refresh you. Can refresh you. Are you still with me here? Now, the number 2 thing is the water. Is the water. Now, I just said to you what water does. Is that true? Water transports nutrients. Look at this. Now, the Holy Spirit said to me, without soil and water, a plant cannot grow. Hope you know that water helps the tree in the place of photosynthesis. Plants, agriculturists, plants gets most of its food from sunlight. Is that true? Apart from the one that comes, there's another one that comes from the sunlight. So it is the water that helps the plant to trap that food from the sunlight. Is that true? Is that true? It means that your stability is not just coming from the dam. It is also coming from what? So the water helps you to get the one from the dam and the one from what? You cannot miss it. And that is why even if you plant, if you don't water it, the plant will die. Because there is no, if the plant is in the soil, is that not true? But the plant is without water. So it is not just about the soil, it's also about the water. It means that it is not just about your foundation, where you are studying from. It's also about your prayer life. The water it. It's not just about where you are starting from, your foundation. You also speak. Can I tell you that your words are also like waters to whatever thing you are doing? If you don't water it, it will die. A time has come when we should stop complaining and start praying. Sir, do you know that many a time we complain about the things we are supposed to pass decree about? Do you know what Ezekiel said? Ezekiel said, as he spoke to me, a spirit entered into me. Do you know the reason why most of the things you are doing does not have life? Is because you are not speaking. You are not giving it spirit. I feel like dropping mic now. Maybe we should pray. Listen. Help me tell your neighbor. Say neighbor. Start talking. Say neighbor. As you talk, you are watering. Yes, that's the truth. As you are talking, you are watering. Oh, I refuse to be broke. I refuse this business to go down. Do you know what you're doing? You are watering it. You are watering it. You are watering it. So you are speaking and you are also praying. You are watering it. That your beginning may be small. We are expecting your later days to greatly increase, but it cannot increase if you don't talk, if you don't pray. I sat down one day, I started imagining, I said, in the name of God, how can a native doctor just stay in a place? Sir, in a place close to a tree with some things that doesn't have head. All those rubbish. Just close to a tree. And then they will go into Jeremiah said they will go into the forest. In Jeremiah chapter number 11, he said they will go into the bush, into the forest and cut out trees and carve them and say they are gods. Man, they will stand or sit before those things and begin to pass decrees. And it will happen. And you that is serving a living God, do you know the reason why it happens? It's because they know how to talk. We don't know how to talk. We only know how to complain. When they stand before those their idols, they begin to talk. They believe so much that whatever thing they are saying will happen. But when we appear before God, the only thing we do is to complain. Even when we are done praying, we still do not believe. How can a man carve out something and say this is his God? Kneel down and begin to speak and it will work. And the man will stand before those things and say, okay, tell you we shall see, and go back to those things and say, go to so person, inflict this thing to the person, and it will happen. And you shall also decree a thing. So as they are doing their own, as they are saying their own, you shall also decree a thing. And they decreed, and it was established unto them. You shall also. It means that there is an ability in them that is also in you. The ability to talk. There are people who only knows how to talk when it is time for gossip. They don't know how to talk when it is time to face or confront situations. Do you know that Bible portion that said, I shall not die? It's not actually a prayer point, it's a declaration. Do you know? It's a command. Do you know? I shall not die, but live to declare the works of the Lord in the land of the living. It's not a prayer point. There are certain things you pray as prayer points. They are not prayer points, they are declarations. They are spoken words. Let me tell you, never say anymore. Water. Water it. Water it. Man, sir, if you need great growth in your life, visit the ancient wisdom. There are things you will learn. You will learn. That is why the Bible called it the experience of the ancestors. Their experiences were not good works, sir. They made so many mistakes. Learn from their mistakes and also learn from their correct acts. Am I communicating? Imagine that you were set on the throne like Saul, and here comes Samuel saying to you, thus says the Lord, go to the town of the Amalekites, kill all of them, don't spare anything, from their men to their women to their children and then to their animals. Don't spare anything, kill everything. Imagine that you are Saul at this point, and someone is telling you this, and then you have read the book of 1 Kings, you have read the book of 1 Samuel. Would you want to make that same mistake so that your kingdom will be taken away from you? No. So what happened? You have learned from somebody else's mistake. It is called ancient wisdom. Am I communicating? So many of us desires growth, but we don't want to learn from those that has been there. This is the reason why in the business field, they will always tell a guy to go and do boy in the Igbo language. Is that not true? Go and serve. So it is in the place of service that you gain experience on how to do your own business. Now, as you are serving, you are seeing your oga's mistakes. Are you with me? Do you know that you can actually see your oga's mistake, but you will never have the strength to say, Oga, you are not getting it right here? Is that true? You will keep it to yourself. And as you are keeping it to yourself, what are you doing? You are learning that when it comes to your own turn tomorrow, you will not make the same mistake. That is why we should go back to the ancient wisdom. So you learn. Our problem is that we don't want to sit down and learn. You know the situation of our generation now. We want it sharp. We want it fast. Apostle, can you just prophesy to me that tomorrow I'm going to get 1 million and then let me have it instantly? Apostle, can you just prophesy to me that the thought says the Lord, tomorrow I'm going to drive a car and then I'm waking up in the morning and I'm seeing the car already?